added gilding wax onto our table. Previously we had painted it in pure white and then done a wash with Paris gray, and then the gilding wax was added. So now we're ready for our final part, which is to wax it. And I'm going to wax it using Annie Sloan's soft wax in clear. But I'm also going to make a black tinted wax using Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint powder in typewriter. Because for this one I want a black wax to go for my Gustavian style. So I'm going to just mix it up onto a little plate here. I'm going to take some of the soft clear wax. And I'm going to add in the milk paint powder. I just sort of usually eyeball it, and it all depends how thick, how black that you want it. So I've just put a bit on the plate here, and I'm just going to mix it in really, really well. And then when I start to work, if I'm finding that it's just not black enough, I'll add in more. The reason I like using the milk paint with the clear wax is it becomes a very dark wax, but it also has a gritty quality to it, which makes it look quite natural when you're going for an aged effect, like what I'm trying to do here, like a natural aged look. There are other ways to tint your wax. My other two favorite ways are you can use acrylic paint, a really good quality artist acrylic paint. You can put a few drops of that into your wax. I find that gives you quite a soft or a silky wax. It will darken it quite a bit. It goes on very smoothly. But it doesn't give you the grittiness like the milk paint powder does. The other way is to use chalk paint in your wax. This is also a really nice look for the effect of having a different colored wax. I'm using this time, instead of using graphite, I'm using the milk paint powder because I want it quite dark, and sometimes I find I can't get the graphite as dark as I'd like it. So that's why I like, this time I want to do this dark wax. Just if you do use chalk paint in your wax, make sure that you only use a small amount of chalk paint, because you don't want your wax to get thick, and it can get too sticky sometimes when your ratio is too much paint. So I think I'm just about ready to go here. Got a very nice dark, very dark wax here. So what I want to do, just like when you're applying Annie Sloan's clear wax and dark wax, I want to put some clear wax on it first to seal it up, so that when I put the dark wax in, it doesn't sink in as much as it would if I did it first on its own. So I'm going to just start by getting some clear wax on my wax brush here and putting the clear wax on. To create a nice base. And then taking my shop towel, you can use different sort of cloths, but try to get as lint-free as possible. So I'm putting it on just like anytime you apply the wax, you put it on and then give it a really good wipe until it doesn't feel sticky or tacky, and work in small areas. So I'm just going to do half of this detail to start. Give another good wipe. And then I'm going to start getting in with my black wax here. So I've got a little artist brush. I'm going to use that along with my clear wax brush. And I'm going to just start really trying to push it in to those details. As best I can. And then any sort of details that you have, just really get in there with this wax. And then I'm going to start to wipe. And it's giving a nice, really dark effect there in the crevices, which is exactly what I wanted for this piece. So I'm just going to continue there on the other side. I don't think I'm going to put it as much on these sort of places, because that's where I have done my gray wash, and I'm really happy with the effect that it got there. So I'm going to just reserve this black wax for the details, to really make the details really pop up more.